Hey everybody, welcome to the Pure Energy Team Zoom for Thursday. Oh gosh, what's today? June 16th. I'm Allison Damskove, and I wanted to bring, I'm going to try not to butcher her name, Danelle Rentschler onto the Zoom. I practiced that several times before I actually said it. She is going to help us learn a little bit about our volumes reports in the back office. And I think they're really important to check these out. Now, I will tell you also, she helped create some of these reports. So that's why she is going to be teaching us how to use them. So without further ado, Danelle, we have about 20-ish minutes to talk and then a few minutes for questions after. And you should be able to share your screen as well. So I'm going to mute and hand it over to you. And thank you so much. Danelle's an executive. I don't even know like your chain of command. So, I would love to know who you are, where you are, and all that good stuff. Just tell us a little bit about you too.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much, Allison. Yes, a lot of people don't like to talk about reports because they think it's a very dry subject. But I live and breathe reports. I am Danelle Rentschler, like Allison said, and you pronounced it right. Thank you. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we were just talking about prioritizing. And those of you that aren't able to make this, I hope you get to watch the recording because I'm making this a priority. I work full-time at Wells Fargo as a senior technology business system consultant. And Allison said, hey, can you come on during the day? And I said, absolutely, I can do that. I can schedule things around my full-time job. So it is truly about prioritizing where you want to be with Singular and how you want to escalate or make your business grow from there. But a little bit of background on the reports before I really dive into them. I'm only going to show you two. Allison, we kind of talked back and forth. There's several that are out there, but we're just going to start with two because baby steps to me are better than being overwhelmed and having your brain shut off and not knowing where to go and what reports to look for. So quite a while ago, when I hit executive about 2 years ago, Jeremy from IT came to my house and he was delivering the cash dash and all that. I'm sure you guys, if you've been here long enough, you know what that cash dash is. Well, we had a conversation around our table, my kitchen table, and I said, oh, you're from IT? And he goes, yes. And I said, boy, do I have some information for you. And he goes, well, what do you mean? And I said, I really think that our reports are lacking quite a bit of information. And he's like, oh, you're one of them nerds. And he goes, you're like me. So we kind of have this laughing relationship that not everybody's brain operates this way. And I truly mean that, but I don't mean that in a sense of you guys can't understand the reports that are out there, because without reports, it is truly hard to build your business, especially as you grow. If you have 5 customers, you can still use the reports. If you have 500 customers, you can absolutely use these reports. So these reports were generated based on information given back from the field, myself included. We were in a beta group and all of that good stuff to basically say what is lacking out there, what do we need, and who needs it. So what I consider the basic reports are on your XBO. The advanced reports are under distributor dashboard. So I am going to share my screen, see if I can do this because I don't think I've ever done this here before. So let's see, share. Trying to see if I can get this. Here, hold on. Give me just a second. Sorry, guys. It won't let me see the. Okay, my sharing. Well, it keeps on going back to this, so I'm not exactly sure how to get this down. Let's see here. Because I need the information behind here.
You may just have to just open a tab within that.
Yeah, we'll maybe go this route. There we go. Okay. So when you get into your XPO in the back office, there's a little tab there that says distributor dashboard. So this is a little bit different than where you would normally go for your basic reports, like your new Inception, subscriptions and all that. So you would go under distributor dashboard, and don't be alarmed, it does bring up a new sign-on. So then just log in like you normally would. And as the dashboard is loading, don't think it's broke. It does take a little bit of time to get on there. And I didn't have this up prior to this because it takes time, and then it logs you out right away.
Can
So
you
just verifying the login.
When it opens up, can you make your screen a little bit bigger so we can see it better? Yeah, perfect.
And I'll really be sad if it takes a while and we can't get it to work. So I'll talk a little bit about the reports that are out there, just a very, very high level, and then I'll show you the two that Allison wanted me to go over. But there's coaching opportunities, distributor report card, Inception volume, rank standings, reward points, subscription trend, detailed genealogy, which that one is the largest report out there. It does take quite a bit of time for it to load. Subscriptions, downline volumes, and XBO volumes. And they just released a new report out there that is by zip code. So that report was generated based on wherever you're located. And if there's ever city meetings or any regional trainings or anything like that, that you want some of your team to go to, and you know where the direct zip code is at, you can just key in the zip code and put a radius of maybe 30 miles, 60 miles, 100 miles, however long or far of a distance you want. And it will pull up all of your downline in your team, in your organization, to be able to reach out to them and say, hey, we have this event coming up. I would really like you to come. So that's a new one. And Allison, remind me, did I give you those graphics of, here, I'll hold these up. There are two little graphics that I created with some of the highlights of what is actually in the reports that you can share with your team. And if I didn't, let me know and I'll get those to you.
Yeah, send those to me. And I don't know, I mean, this is still trying to verify your login.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. It could be my computer. I need to get a new computer. I'll just preface with that.
No, I'm not trying to do anything.
Well, once it does load, if it does ever, and you guys can try this on your own as well. I won't take up too much more time just watching the credentials, but it will load. It will also load on your phone, but some of the reports won't load 100% just because of the fact that they are so big. But once it loads on here, there will be two different sections, and the sections will show four or five different boxes on here, and then it will show the specific report that you want to go into, the ones that I just listed. So the two that Allison wanted me to talk about was Inception volume and then downline volumes. I'll start with Inception volume and tell you exactly what is in that report. It's your current month Inception volume for your levels 1 through 8. It's your whole organization. So think about if you're a leader, we are all leaders on this team, but if you are doing a promo for your team and you want to know, has that individual hit that promotion, like the 1,200 Inception points, you can go to this report and see how close they are to those Inception points. So it's broken down for anything under 1,200 points, 1,200 points or more, and then 2,400 points or more. Why this is important is because if somebody is trying to get some extra points for Founders Club, trying to hit a promo for like maybe a t-shirt or something, you can go out there and you can pull that and you can see whether or not that they are going to be on target, or if they just have a couple, maybe one more order that they don't even know about that they can be successful at in putting that order in. So again, very straightforward. Those are the three things that are in there: under 1200, 1200, and 2400. So that is the Inception volume report.
Can you talk a little bit about what Inception volume is? Because there may be a few people on here that aren't for sure, especially the ones that watch the recording.
Yes, absolutely. Inception volume is any new members that you bring on, members or distributors, within any given month. It's a little bit different than your QV and how your QV adds up, but your new Inception is anyone that you bring on as a new member or distributor. Downline volumes. So this is your level 1 through 8 again, and I can stop sharing because that is just driving me nuts. It's almost irritating. I apologize that you guys can't actually see the visual. I'm kicking myself in the pants because I was going to go buy a new computer and then I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but that's happening this weekend. Downline volumes is levels 1 through 8 that will actually show if your team or yourself are in balance. You can also do this on your XBO, but this was created so you don't have to click down and drill down into your lines. And when I say your lines, so if I have a level 1 and I know my level 2 potentially is going to be out of balance, that's 60-40, right? Because you can only use 60% of any given leg at any time for that individual. So if I want to look to see if they're out of balance or if they're in balance, all you have to do is go to this report and it will show whether or not that individual is in balance. Now, if they're not, it will show in red. If they are, it will show in green. It literally is added, and I don't mean black and white, it's that red and green, because it will show if they're not in balance, it will show red, and then it will show the total of what they need in order to get back in balance. And again, you can get this information in XBO, but you have to drill down. You know, think of how your organization is growing. If you have levels 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down through levels 8, you have to click down on every single name that is blue when you get in there, when you get into your reports, click on the blue. And then I always say you click on the blue and then you click on the blue. It just avoids that from clicking or maybe missing somebody, because this will give you a whole snapshot of everybody's name listed that is not in balance and where they're at and how they need to get back in balance. So that is the 2 reports that Allison wanted me to highlight today. Does anybody have any questions whatsoever about any of the reports? If you guys have played around in there, seen them, hopefully it hasn't been overwhelming. Again, I do apologize for my screen not working. Christine, did you have a question?
Yeah, I don't quite understand when you're talking about what you mean by balance.
Okay, so balance, you have to have at least more than 60% of any, so you can only use 60% of any one leg on your team. So think about yourself and then think of your distributors that are directly underneath you. So that's called your front line. Those are your front line distributors. You can only use 60% of their volume in any spot that you go up a rank. So like manager, you can only use 60%, which would be 1,200 points. But then once you get past that 60%, 60-40, and you're balanced with another team member, another frontline distributor, then you can use more when it goes up to the silver manager rank, because then you're using 60% of the 5,000 points. And it just keeps on going up from there. So if you, as you grow and as you are creeping up the ranks, you can use more volume from one person. So an executive level for us, it's easy to calculate because it's 60,000 points from one person. We cannot use more than 60,000 points from one individual person. It has to come from somebody else. Because if you think about it, and corporate is very, very smart when they do this. If you think about it, they did it that way so you are never relying on somebody else to build your business. So you still have to build your business with other people to work yourself up the ranks. Oh, that's a great question. Great question. Anybody else?
I think that's a great explanation, you know, and I love that you can't depend on one person to build your whole, basically you can't, somebody can't take you for the full ride is how it, you know, how I've always seen it. And I like that. I like that you can see those reports, that it's a little more balanced. It's a little more, it's easier to understand. I can tell you this, I've been here for almost 6 years, and I never look at the downline, the volumes reported in the XBO, because it's just mind boggling. And I'm a numbers person, but that's overwhelming for me even. So I like that there's a one that's a little bit easier. So, well, if y'all don't have any questions, I guess we're just gonna jump off here and thank everybody for being here. And there may be something wrong. Carol said, I think there's a problem with the dashboard login. She just tried to on her phone. No one's will log in. So perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. Because what I'll do is I will send Cole Jolly, him and I chat on a daily basis and let him know, hey, I think the XBO or the distributor dashboard is broke.
Yeah,
so maybe it's not my computer. I know my computer is slow anyway, but I'm glad to say that somebody tried it out, that it wasn't just my computer. So I'll let him know that something's going on, because they're always doing some maintenance in the background, you know, always making it better, quicker, faster, all that sort of thing. So if there's anything out there that you guys are like, you know, I would really like this report to do XYZ, let me know, because I work with the technology team on a regular basis and provide that feedback and let them know. No, I'm not the only one in the whole field that gives them the information, but I can be a resource for you guys if you need me to. So can Allison, and Allison can relay it to me. But having that connection with, you know, on the field, because we see it. We're the ones working with these reports every day. Corporate is not, because they don't necessarily know what we need to be successful, right? So, and if you don't know the information that's out there, I challenge each and every one of you, sometime today, sometime before this weekend, go out to those reports when it's working, obviously, because you can't load it. Is it loading? No? Okay. So I challenge you to go out there once it gets fixed to kind of play around in there. There's places where you can export the reports, which is great. You can export it directly to Excel. That was not the case a few months ago. And I said it would be so much easier for people that know and understand Excel to be able to export it there and do some sorts, do some filters. And again, I don't want to overwhelm you guys and make your brain shut off, but if you're using Project Broadcast, if you're using Teamsy, those are the ways that you can get your reports to upload your names into Teamsy and into Project Broadcast. So much easier, way easier than individually putting them into your into Teamsy and into Project Broadcast.
Awesome. Yes. So that's actually a great way to put that. All right. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to go eat some fried shrimp. And Danelle, would you please send me the PDFs that you were talking about?
Oh, yes. Yeah, they're graphics. Sorry, they're graphics. Yes, okay, I will send them to you. Yeah,
if you'll just pop them to me, I can get them in our boards and get them shared, and I'll put them in runners so you guys that aren't in my team chat can see them. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank y'all for jumping on. We'll talk.
Thank you so much for having me, Allison. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Danelle, for coming on and doing it. I appreciate you very much.
You bet.
Y'all have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.